Hello and welcome to a new video. Here on the banks of the River Severn with the tide coming in. It's actually, you know, when you stood here and you see stuff floating past, you can actually work out, you know, how much of a tidal thing, you know, the River Severn is. Yeah, so what am I doing today? Well, today's Saturday the 22nd, I think, and I'm off up to Stratford upon Avon, birthplace of William Shakespeare. So yeah, nothing too strenuous. I'm off on away for a few days tomorrow, so this is just me getting a few miles in before I go and do that and eat too much and drink too much and stuff like that. So morning.
Morning.
Lots of tourists out today, as in cycle tourists. There's a couple fully loaded up going down the road when I came up to this point. So as you can see, the weather's absolutely lovely, and I'm off up now to Gloucester, through Gloucester and out towards Tewkesbury and Stretcham and that sort of area. Anyway, I'll pick you up in a bit. Here we are on the Gloucester Sharpness Canal, heading north towards Gloucester. Obviously we're at the Gloucester end of said canal. They resurfaced this about 5 years ago. Before that it was sort of a dirt path, and whilst it's great, there's a bit up here where they had the opportunity to widen it. They just didn't. They just did what was already there, you know. It's a sort of a missed opportunity, really. Anyway, we've got a gate coming up. One of the main roads into Gloucester, which, as you can imagine, is full of shoppers. It's actually not a bad cycle path, this. Apart from this one junction up here, and I don't think they really thought it through, really. Visibility is the problem. Stop. So you know, join me, or the Saturday shoppers are driving above my head. Here is the River Severn, or at least part of it. It splits here, and the bit I'm stood on is actually an island called Olney Island. There's a like a nature reserve here as well. I've come 10 feet off the course and my Garmin is telling me off. But yeah, so this area floods quite a lot, but it just gets you away from the traffic, you know. It's really nice. And the docks are, I don't know, 500 yards over there, over to my, well, in front of me at the moment. Stop. As you can see, it's not the fastest of routes, and it's a little bit overgrown now. It's that time of year, you know. Lots of insects. But as I said back there, you know, it's so much nicer than riding on the road that's over here, which is a bit of a shortcut to the M50, so people tend to tank along it, you know, despite it not being particularly a big road. There is So what a view. From here you can see Bredon Hill, which is over here. See Cleve Hill with its transmitters on the top, and I'm looking basically northeast, so all this flatlands here is the Severn Valley. I can't quite see Tewkesbury Abbey from here. That's around to the left. I think the trees are blocking that. And then down to the southeast you've got the what's it called? Scottsquare Hill, Painswick Beacon. But we're heading off to the left of Bredon Hill and heading off northeast towards Stratford-on-Avon. Just gone through the village of Hartpury. There is a university there, believe it or not, and they sponsor Gloucester Rugby Club. They've got like their own rugby team. Wow. Anyway, some others do breed them. And they're a bit more of a sort of a development team for the Gloucester Rugby. I think they do. I'm not really sure what they do out there. I think it's like equine type stuff, and I don't rightly know. But it's out in this village anyway. They've put a lot of money into it. You know, years ago it was just a few buildings, but I think it's quite big now. Anyway, we're just coming into the hamlet of Ashwellworth. Again, another lovely little rural village. Just has its problems with flooding in the winter again. In fact, I've come down here at the end of one of Mark Rigby's Audaxes, and yeah, we had to go a different route because you couldn't get through. It was way too deep. So I stopped here in the petrol station in Pershore. 38 miles done. What's that in kilometres? I don't know. Can't be bothered to work it out. But yeah, pretty warm. Last few miles has been pretty much a tailwind, so that's not too bad at all. I think I'll go out to Alcester from here, and then cut across to Stratford, and then start heading back south west from there. Anyway, I'm going to eat my peppered steak slice, and I'll speak to you in a bit. So you know, find me in the wonderful village of Rouse Lynch. A lovely summer house thing here. Yeah, I recognise this road here from the Snowdrop and whatever it is, Audaxes. I'm sure I've come through here before, but yeah, what a lovely place. Oh, it's gone on a few miles now, and I'm beginning to really enjoy this. You know, that sounds a really odd thing to say, but these little roads are really good. There's a bit of a kicker a couple of miles back out of me puffing, but yeah, it's nothing too horrendous. So yeah, what's the we've done just over, we've done 103k. That's all right, just over halfway. Just come along this road here and came across this aqueduct. So there's a canal up there. I wouldn't have known it unless I was looking at the map on my Garmin, and I could see the you know, the water. Anyway, let's crack on. So that's Stratford upon Avon racecourse over there, with a bit of music going, so I'm going to have to keep talking because I don't want to have a copyright strike just because they got loud music on. But the actual path itself is been resurfaced, and I'm not impressed with the surface they put on it. I think it's dangerous. It's gravel basically. Anyway, I'm not going to whinge too much. I'm going to carry on for a mile or so. I'm going to stop for a coffee. I'll speak to you in a bit. One assumes this is the River Avon. Not a sign, you know, that says what river that is. Yeah, they surfaced this, and they used the same stuff on the Lost to Sharpness Canal, and I hope they come and sweep it up. It's proper sketch, not so bad if you're on white tiles, but like securities, it's a bit, anyway, it's better than being on the road, that's for sure. Anyway, there's a cafe up here. The one back there was a bit too busy because it's near the end, if you know what I mean. So yeah, the cafe I was going to have a coffee in was closed. It's bizarre. I mean, it's 10 to 4 I suppose, but hey ho, disappointed now. Anyway, the surface has gone back to what I was expecting. So this is where I get off the Stratford Greenway. It's along Marston. So I've done 5 miles now from Stratford, and yeah, I'm now heading what would you call it? Southwest? No, southwest from here. There might be a bit into the wind now, but hey ho. It seems to be a bit of a windy summer, if you know what I mean. And there you go. You can't really have everything. So I'm going off down in this direction. Oh, what a glorious day. Just a shame about that wind, really. If it wasn't quite so strong, it would be extremely pleasant. Anyway, let's crack on and I shall speak to you in a bit. Well, that's a very busy Evesham ticked off. Just on a bike lane, just to the side of the main road, which was very unpleasant. Luckily there's a bike path alongside it, so you know, my spidey senses were tingling, and I got on that. So back into the more minor roads now. Yeah, so a couple of miles before Evesham, I was just riding along, minding my own business, and this bee came out the hedge at like high velocity, hit my helmet like somebody had shot me with a BB gun, bounced off, landed on my arm, and I realised very quickly what it was going to do, so I brushed it off, but I was a little bit too slow and it's managed to sting me. But I did get the sting out within 5 seconds, if that. But still, it's still a little bit red. So that was a little bit of excitement on that stretch. But yeah, it's about just before 5 PM now. So it's just a case of getting through to Bishop's Cleeve and then Cheltenham. And then sort of around the east side of Gloucester, at the bottom of the Cotswold escarpment there. And then through the lanes back home, so not too bad from here. I mean, obviously Cheltenham and that's going to be busy, but we do have the trip round the airport, so that's something to look forward to. So yeah, just come through Cheltenham. And sorry, I'm just concentrating on. Sorry, just having to concentrate on where I was going. Anyway, as you can see, there's a lot of roadworks and what have you going on. Anyway, where was I? And we've got the it probably wasn't the best place to start talking to camera. Anyway, I'm now on the homeward side of Cheltenham, just going to be riding to Staverton Airport in a moment, so that's going to be quite good. Always enjoy riding through there. The A40 is to my left, I can hear the traffic roaring up and down there because it's a dual carriageway. Anyway, here we are, just coming into Staverton Airport now. Oh, a business jet too. There's actually a really good bar back there, which is why all the cars were there. Fly to help, changing lives one flight at a time. I think that's what the Russian Air Force say. Oh, I'm sure this wind has picked up. So the A40 is still to my left, through these trees. Here we are. Most direct route between Gloucester and Cheltenham, this. It's just not paved, it's just sort of gravel, you know. It's a shame about the noise of the A40. Golden Valley bypass. The air ambulance is based out of here. Yeah, I can see it actually. Ready to go. Unfortunately, the grass is too long. Not going to be able to see it, but caught a fleeting glimpse. So then folks, this is me near enough done. I'm nearly home. So I think I'm going to wrap up the video here. So thanks for joining me again. Ride safe, and I'll see you on the next video.